morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. Okay. Before I forget to mention it, there's quite a few of you are watching Oz-scale modeling, Peter in Chiang Mai, Thailand. Well, I just noticed that they're going to have a live streaming of his memorial service on the 11th of April. At least that's what I get out of it. Now, unfortunately for me, here in Winnipeg, I believe Chiang Mai is approximately 12 hours ahead of us. So, and on the day that it's going to be, just hang on a second here. Oh my goodness. I can see that was a mistake. When I was winding my clocks up last night, and that's usually when I do it on pizza day, I go around and I wind up all 4 clocks that have to be mechanically, physically wound. You don't just put batteries in them. I turned the gong and chime on for the one that's over by the window, that black one that's a big long black one that's hanging on the wall. I turned the gong and chime on. And I'm going to have to turn it off. I just can't cope with that, as nice as it might sound. Okay, so anyway, yeah, it's going to be on the 11th of April. This is the last day of March. Okay. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch it for 2 reasons. First of all, because of the time it's going to be on. At least I won't be able to watch it live. I'm hoping that they have the live streaming available so it can be watched on the Oz-scale modeling channel later. But the second reason why I probably won't be able to watch it is because on the 11th of April, I will be in my first day of recovery from my surgery. So I don't know how much moving around and watching video I'm going to be wanting to do. I definitely will not be sitting here at the model table at that time. But it is my plan to come back. Yep, it's my plan to come back and finish this ship. What did we do here yesterday? Well, we glued our parts down. They're more than down now. They're not coming off. That's for sure. I think we're ready to move ahead here with see, we were in step 9. We flipped ahead to step 10. We did a little bit on step 11. Now, except for putting the small stuff down, let me get my coffee cup out of the way here. Yeah, it wants us to put a bunch of really small stuff down, which includes those little tiny 3D printed guns. They are going to be pretty much the last thing to go down. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to put them all in place afterwards. And because they are so delicate. And it would be such a shame to accidentally break, say, maybe the little round viewing screen, part of the sight. The detail on those things is fantastic. I don't want to lose that. And in other words, they will be easily broken, so we're going to put them on last. But we've got to paint our deck here before we can put anything down. It's been suggested that I paint the deck here, when it goes on, is going to be part of, let's just sort of temporarily put this on here. Okay, the deck is going to be, the bottom of the deck will become the overhead bulkhead. You see what's going to happen here? So it's been suggested that be painted white. And that makes perfect sense. It's either going to be white or extremely light gray. I think probably white would be the best. And so this side's got to be painted white, and the flight deck itself is going to have to be painted the number 50. That all has to be done before we can start dropping stuff down. Now, some of these pieces we can actually drop down after they're painted, and that would be what appears to be ammunition boxes. They're called T3, and we need 10 of them. So yeah, they'll probably be painted a dark color so that they'll stand out against the 50. Or they might be painted a light color. I'll just see what the 50 looks like here. I've kind of forgotten. Sort of a blue, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of dark paint on this particular build. Probably much more so than any of the other 4 over there. So I don't have any big news. The walkers, I did happen to see them. They came by at 7:23 this morning. We are at -2 Celsius, and I'm hoping that it's going to warm up and thaw a bit. After all, the new bike is due to be here this coming weekend, so got to be in readiness for that. I might have to cut today's episode off a little bit early and get out there and at least mark off on the door where I'm going to cut the hole for the bike box extension to go on. What else we got to talk about? Max was mentioning yesterday that because it's so slippery, he may not take Missy down the front street. He might just have her loose in the backyard. Now that will mean that there's a good chance that if I'm not watching the monitor or hear them in the backyard, that Missy the dog could all of a sudden appear here at the model table. We won't have the usual look out the front street. We'll see how it goes. Depends on how he feels. Yeah, let's get going here. Yes, we were sort of in step 11. We had concluded that these things should be put in place before we spray. At least I had concluded that. I don't know if anybody else did. Okay. Yeah, well, let's just get mobile here. I don't have any big news. No big news. The only thing I wanted to mention, to be sure to not forget to tell you, is that Peter's memorial service is tentatively scheduled to be on April the 11th, live streamed from Chiang Mai. I'm still in shock over that. Oh, my dryer's done. I know you can't see it, but I'm not wearing my favorite jeans. I'm not going to show you my legs. Yeah, anyway. Okay, I've got my jeans and what have you out of the dryer. A few minutes ago, I thought, well, I may as well get my 10 T3s that we need. And I was noticing that one was missing right here. This one was missing. And I thought, well, why did I nip one off? Or, what happened? Did it break off? So I started looking around and I found that I had put it in a test tube. But what worries me is that I don't remember why I did that. But at least I did. And I thought to go look for where I might have put it. And I did find it. So we do have our 10 T3s here. I'm just going to go ahead and get them. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Wow.
Uncle Ron.
Good morning. The early birds. Come on in.
Oh, I did not venture out onto that lumpy ice this morning.
I mentioned to the viewers that you had said that you might be going to the backyard first.
Yes. Imagine breaking my leg on the last day of winter. Talk about disappointing.
Okay. Gonna wait, Missy.
Whoop. Come, baby.
That's okay.
Just a minute.
I'm scared to sit down. Look at this. Look at this. Yeah, she can't wait. Hurry up, Uncle Ron. Okay. Wait till I grab my camera here. Let's get that noisy collar up here out of the way so it doesn't rattle on the table. And here's another piece.
And I'm off to the E-gym this morning.
Well, you won't be walking there.
I got an invitation to go meet Prime Minister Carney tomorrow.
Really? Where is he coming to Winnipeg?
Yeah.
Well,
The location will be announced. If it's at some aviation place out by the airport, I won't go. But if it's down at the local office on McLeod, I'll probably go if it's a good time of day for me.
well, they must have liked your questions.
Being a member of the Laurier Club doesn't hurt.
Yeah, well, it'd be kind of an honor, wouldn't it?
I got on Crystal's campaign. She's the campaign chair for Thomas Nakins, Kildon and St. Paul. So now she's, you know what email is like today. They can keep pretty direct contact with you pretty often.
Yeah, they know where you are all the time.
But if it's handy to go, I'll go and have a cup of coffee.
Thank you for coming, Missy. Yeah, I plan on working on that a little bit today. If nothing else, I'll draw on the door where it's supposed to go.
Oh, that's a good idea. Because that takes some time and has to be done exactly.
Yeah,
And
so
you could do it on a day like today.
yeah.
And then you could even cut the hole out in advance if you want. You're not going to drag a motorcycle.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, we'll see you later.
See you later, Ron. Thanks a lot.
3:30, right?
Yes.
Bye, Missy.
Nice sunny day.
It is.
A great day for a little bit of outside drive.
Yeah, I gotta work on the front of the bike box. Oh, it's cold out there though. Oh, you wouldn't think so. Once again, it doesn't look like it, but it's cold out there. Missy the dog. Missy the dog. Okay, now I was just about ready to cut these off and put them on little blocks so I could spray them. I think I'll spray them. Oh, might not do that today. And then I noticed in the surveillance monitor that Max was in the backyard, and I watched, and he went into the house, and I thought, well, any minute he's going to be coming out with Missy, and sure enough. So today's beginning of Missy the dog was a little bit different. We didn't get a chance to turn on our submarine lights. But hey, that's the way it goes. Can't be the same every day, as I've said before. Okay, so I'm just going to continue on here with these. Yeah. This is not rocket science, and you don't need to watch it. I mean, you probably don't want to watch it. On the other hand, maybe you do. Okay. I love these Tamiya nippers, by the way. They're really good at nipping close. Okay, I know that some of you are thinking to yourselves, gee, I could have done that a lot less fumbly. Well, you wait until you're 78 years old going on 79. Okay, I don't think those will blow over. That should work. J22. And I remember talking about this piece yesterday. And I was saying I hope it's not going to give us a problem going into the slot right here. But if it does, we'll file it down accordingly. A little bit of a burr on that one. Get Chris's file here and just take that down just a little bit. I know I could use one of the sanding sticks too, but okay, let's try it. We should be able to tell right away if it's going to fit or not. Got a hair on there. Must be from Missy. Okay. Oh yeah, that's almost a perfect fit. It's funny that the decking seems to be running the grain of it seems to be running in the other direction. I would have thought that it would have all sort of matched up, but it doesn't. Well, that's okay. At least we can see it, whatever that is. Okay, I think what I should do is take this into the kitchen and wipe it down with warm soapy water. I already did the rest of this deck here, but the way the shadow's falling on it here, at first I thought it almost looked like it was kind of dark there, and I thought maybe it's mold release, but no, I'm realizing it's probably just the way the light was hitting it, but on the other hand, maybe not. Now, just a moment ago, like about 5 moments ago, I looked out my front window, and here is a couple of guys going down the street on bicycles. Now, there is still quite a bit of snow on the street, but it's slushy. Okay, by the way, Eric, I am loving these sanding sticks. And this is how I clean them off. See that? Yeah, good as new. Okay, yeah, I was noticing this wasn't going down flush, and I was wondering what was wrong, and then I Notice we got this little, there, that's better. That's better. Okay. I'll get it back out of there because I want to get some glue in. Oh, don't mark it. It'll come in from this side here. There we go. Okay. Now we're just going to use extra thin here. I don't want to get it up onto the deck because the extra thin will dissolve the detail. Make sure it's not going to come up on the ends. No, I don't think it makes any difference which way this goes down. You know, in other words, twist it around this way. I think it's going to be the same thing. I'll just hold that for a minute, and being as you don't want to watch me hold this, I'm just going to press stop. I think that's going to be okay. All right. Back to step 10 here. What do we got left to do? We got the J22 down. We got our little ammo boxes cut. Can't put them down until the deck's painted. We got this piece attached here. We got these pieces attached. I think that's basically it for step 10. At least as far as we can go. Now, step 11. Yep, excuse me, I gotta get the phone. Okay, I'm back. That was the somebody phoning from the hospital regarding my upcoming problems. Yeah, always something to worry about here. Now, what was I doing? Yeah, we were on step 11, and we were going to. I gotta figure out how do we get these to stick in that hole, because the way I see it, they just fall right through. It shows that they're supposed to go in. Now mind you, what's happening is we're looking at this upside down. I mean, we should turn this whole thing over here. Okay. All right. Now we're looking at it the way it is in the manual here. But yeah, we're going to have to definitely recompose here. Okay, actually we're going to have to call it a day here. I just looked over at my clock a moment ago, and I'm getting a coffee visitor in just a little over an hour, and I got a ton of editing to do. Yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.